Well, time to prepare for the final of the European Team Championships. There's a lineup of the two teams. It'll be Italy to go up against Georgia. Let's see how we go. The referee to get things underway for this one is Gostini Balázs of Hungary. Michael Babkashvili, Mariam Chantaria, Luka Maisoradze, Sofio Somkishvili, Guram Tusishvili and Etta Lipatiliani. That's the team for Georgia. Babkashvili had a good win earlier on. Chantaria we saw winning as well. Tusishvili and Lipatiliani. It is a strong team, but their opponents: Italy, Manuel Lombardo, Giorgi Stangelin, Christian Parlati, Isa Tavano, Gennaro Pirelli and Veronica Toniolo. That's the Italian lineup.
Well, Italy came through the hardest side. They beat Poland in their first round contest and then Belgium, and then had a superb match-up against the team from the IGF. That was their route through. Interestingly enough, the team from the IGF put France out in their second round contest, and Georgia beat Azerbaijan in their first round, Austria in the second round, Germany in their semi-final as well. So that was their road to the final. We're going to be starting off with the under 73 kilogram category. So Manuel Lombardo for Italy and Mikhail Baghashvili of Georgia. So Temiwasa there. Well, I'm not sure if he managed to get onto his front. Uses the feet as well to manoeuvre him round. I think there was enough side on for a score. He tries to take him down again. He's managed to get the score, but he's dangerous for Lombardo here. Every time he clinches in, it's Baghashvili who manages to take the control out. Well, it was Lombardo that time. Looking for the counter-attack. Oh, superb touch there from Lombardo. First score goes on.
Look for that little drop down Kataguruma. Didn't quite come off. Again, I think that one was not that great.
Well, he's so specialist at that technique, Lombardo. Done some work to defend it, most probably.
Yes, you know, I didn't want to say too much, but it wasn't that great. That's my way of saying that's a false attack. You know?
Yeah. Great switch of direction there. And just for everyone at home, there is a score to Lombardo. It's just not on our graphics here. Looking now for the shimiwaza. Some real pressure there. And keep him down as long as he can. Yes, he gets the submission. No celebrations yet.
Well, Lombardo just waiting for the decision to be confirmed and to bow off. One to nothing, Italians lead. And just quickly, whilst we have a look at this replay here, I just want to apologise to those of you who are listening and were watching. We're keen on, eagle-eyed to pick out that mistake I made earlier when I misidentified the coach from Turkey. It wasn't Sinan Sandal, it was Hasan Vanioglu. Sure as they'll look the same to me. But thanks very much for pointing that out. Right. Stangelin and Chanteria now going head to head. It is Georgia Stangelin in the white judogi and Mariam Chanteria in blue. The Italians lead 1-0. The Italians really have got their best team out, haven't they? They had Odette Giuffrida out, covering that under 52 kilo category. Well, she was
under 57,
she was coming up from 52 and fighting up 57. However, for the final, they've gone for they've picked Veronica Toniolo to do the job, and she is regularly under 57. Stangelin waits in the middle, and we spoke about this the other day, didn't we, Chloe?
Yeah.
Cowan and myself. Who this normally suits, the person standing in the middle or hanging on, or what happens to the rest of the team? What do they do whilst they're waiting? Hopefully it won't be too long. And there is Odette Giuffrida being asked to give a wave. Yeah, go on. Sporting a little bit of a bruised eye under the right eye there. They've all got bruises. Look, if we start calling out who's bruised and where, we might be here a while. Toniolo's got her own bruises. She decided to. I'm out with this. She probably went to get a drink from the water bottle.
That looks interesting.
Just whilst there's a break in the judo, let's do our wristbands or whatever it is they're doing.
Chanturia Welch is back. She's had a little bit of medical attention, and just a Shido each. And we'll just have a quick look at the clock there. 2.5 minutes to go. Chanturia, well, they've met each other just on one occasion. It was Chanturia who won that, but it was a few years ago now, and I think for me Trang Helen has improved quite a bit since then.
Yes, to me it looked on paper as though it would be a more difficult task for Chanturia. And then she's around a really successful team as well. I'm not saying that Chanturia isn't, but in the women's side, most definitely the Italians have had a good run of it. Chanturia does pick up a penalty. Chanteria not happy at having her t-shirt grabbed all the time.
Yeah, a bit of a clash of styles. Chanteria likes that deep grip. She likes her opponent close. Likes to get the hips involved. And Strangling there, just managing to move out, keep the distance, keep the pace going. It's frustrating for the Georgian.
Was it Chanteria who threw beautifully with Uranagi earlier on? Really got hold of someone.
Yeah.
Gonna have to make something happen here. 2 penalties against her. And could pick up a third. Well, golden score period is going to start now, and Chanteria is not going to have long, because she's taking into the golden score a good deal of negativity. Chanteria always second to come up with something. Strangling has been the one to initiate the attacks, and there have been attempted counters, but it's Strangling who's looking to get things going. And yet, Strangling picks up a penalty for a false attack there. Took one to the chin. Managed to stay, you keep contact with the hands and get up right away, stay engaged. Otherwise, she could have picked up the penalty for a false attack. Just lost contact with the hands at the end. The beginning was okay.
It's untidy, but you can see there, it hurts. You know, you're into that golden score. This has been fast-paced. Chanteria, I think, for me, getting frustrated because you can see she's just about getting contact, and it just gets broken up every time she looks in a position to score.
You just stepped the tempo up a little bit, hasn't she, Stangelin, in this last 40-50 seconds.
I do like the pace for Chanteria as well. She's given the back, aggressive on the grips. She's probably feeling that she has to come forward, and that's dangerous for her. She's all that weight coming on her forward leg. You know, the Italian now. Yeah, she's got an opportunity here.
Really got to attack here.
Yeah.
Oh, well, matter now. Stangelin will be really upset there, because she was on the verge of taking that contest right up until that really kind of desperate almost attack from Mariam Chanteria. And again, it was Strangling who's doing the initiating. She's doing the attacking. But you can see the left elbow goes down, the right arm comes across, and she's pulling Strangling down onto her back. If you look at Strangling in isolation, she looks as though she's completing a technique. If you look at Chanteria, you see, I feel this. She's saying, I feel this. I'm going to put my left hand down. I'm going to pull you down. Yeah, it's not the most attractive.
Yeah, great matchup here. Under 90 kilograms.
Yeah. Okay.
Christian Palatti for Italy and Luca Maseradze for Georgia. There's no getting away from it. This is a fighting sport, you know.
And you're going to get roughed up.
Yeah. Uchimata attempt.
Well, they didn't have to do a head-to-head in the individuals. Palatti defeated Kaljulaid, Barto, Ivanov, Fatiev, and then Engap Hambu, managing to avoid Maseradze.
You know, Maseradze doesn't mind being in that position. He can sometimes come behind. You know, Palatti looks like he's dominating here. Oh, wow. Well, Ippon, luckily it is Ippon because there's an opportunity to hold. Wow.
2-1 Italy lead now after that bit of excitement from Christian Palatti throwing Luca Maseradze.
Yeah, just got him up right off his feet and managed to keep the momentum going. Asia Tavano of Italy, and she's facing Sofio Somkishvili of Georgia.
Yes, two genuine plus 70 kilo category athletes. It's the turn of Somkishvili to be the heroine for Georgia. She can defeat Asia Tavano. Tusishvili and the Battagliani really with fingers crossed here. If Somkishvili could level this, then their two wins, if they do win, could take it without the need for an extra. If Somkishvili loses, then they would need both contests to have the extra. The Italians will be hoping that Tavano wins, and then one of either Gennaro Pirelli or Veronica Toniolo could close it out. I don't think anyone on the Italian or Georgian team wants an extra contest. Everyone else, however, does. They want to see the super contest, don't they?
We're looking for the Osai Komi as well. She picked up the score, Yuko, and managed to rotate her opponent on. She gets the submission, maybe. I think the arm lock was on it.
Well, things have just become that little bit more difficult now for the Georgian team. 3-1 down. It is a must-win situation for Goran Tushishvili, who's waiting to come onto the mat now.
Yeah. So Tushishvili will have to win his contest, and if he does, Georgia still have a contest to win, and that's a possible one as well, isn't it, with Terry Lipitiliani.
So, Asia Tavano makes it 3-1. And you're right, I think she was on the arm. Going up next, Gennaro Pirelli goes up against Goran Tushishvili. Tushishvili has to win this one.
Well, they have had, even though they sit in different weight categories, they have had a little bit of previous. It's an interesting one.
That's another team event.
Well, yes, but by the looks of it, it was European teams 2 years ago, and it looks like Tushishvili won the contest in the team event. It must have gone to 3-3, and there was a turnaround with Pirelli winning the deciding contest. So. Tushishvili takes him down there, now looking to get the finish on the ground. Can he secure the hold? Needs to settle more.
He's also got the arm outstretched. And go back for the Kamishio Gatami. We saw Lasha Shavdatuashvili injure that elbow early on. If he's here, well, maybe it's not as bad as we originally were led to believe, and I'm pleased for him. It looked excruciatingly painful, it really did. So Gurem Tusishvili makes it 3-2 now. There's a big pat on the back and a hug from Tusishvili for Etta Lipatiliani, because she's going to be next. Veronica Toniolo faces Etta Lipatiliani. Must win for Lipatiliani. 3-2, the Italians lead. There's a chance for the Georgians, but it all rests on this contest. It's always the danger when your team is behind and you come out that you try and snatch at something. You just
get a bit desperate.
Just have a little bit of patience. Your contest is part of the match. It isn't the whole match. Still things that can happen in your contest that you have to take control of. The match situation may appear desperate, but your contest situation is a little bit different. You need to take control of that, manage that first, and if you do that well, that match situation is going to change. You come up with a win, the desperation stakes disappear. You level things up, and it's 3-3. After that, you have to wait for the roll of the dice, if you like. Lipatiliani's way of working, her method of operation really is to stay as close as she can to Toniolo. Don't give her any space. And Toniolo's picked up a penalty. Toniolo eager to work on the ground.
Well, a bit of a false attack really to get herself out of danger there.
Yes, it certainly felt that way to me. Didn't like the grip, didn't like the pressure, and then just bailed. The second time we've said that, where our initial feeling was that it was, you know, a Shido for a drop, and it's the second time that the commission have come in there.
Well, there was a reaction in that time from Toniola. I don't know.
She's going to pick up.
She's going to pick it up. Toniola edging into a position, and she's got some good control over the left side of Lipitiliani, so when she does turn in, she can take the power out. There's an opportunity for her to counter as well. Golden score period now.
I was thinking that last attack wasn't that clever from Lipitiliani, but she must have had a look at the clock and thought, well, it's worth a go, because even if I miss, there are 2 or 3 seconds left on the clock. She's not going to catch me in 2 or 3 seconds. So let me just throw something in here, which she did. And
sometimes you just have a feeling that what is a bit of a false attack is too far away, but for that one, she had to get a reaction off her opponent, which she did do. And then and there was intention for her to throw. Now she's done that a couple of times, hasn't she, to try and get the score.
Toniola's injured her right knee, I think it is, in that attempted Sutemiwaza. Well, not at all the way that we wanted to see that come about. But it's 3-3. Lipitiliani winning out there over Toniola after she had to retire hurt. I think that's the best way to put it. Now the teams have to come back out. There would normally be 6. So there's a technical question here. Is 57 removed from the list? I don't think it is. So what happens if that comes out? Let's just hope it's not the 57 kilo category.
Let's hope it's not.
It may have been a question that was asked or being asked. Now, here we go. 57 has gone round once, twice. It's gone again, so it won't be that. It's the plus 70 kilo category. Asia Tavano will have to go up against Sofio Tsomkishvili. Are we going to get a better performance from Tsomkishvili this time round? She's going to need to perform here.
Well, Tavano, she's been on form, hasn't she? She took a bronze medal yesterday in the individual competition.
That'll do.
She does
That's it. You only need a Yuko.
Yes.
Koso Dagaki from Sofio Tsomkishvili brings Tavano down onto her side, and it's good enough for a Yuko.
Well, she can't believe in herself.
In that moment, the gold medal went from the Italians to the Georgians.
And look at it's so nice. The 3 girls, I mean, I know Lipitiliani didn't win in the way she would have liked, but they all won their contests. And we've seen them grow up, haven't we, through the cadets and through the juniors. You can see they're really good friends. Well, superb day as well for the Italian team. They've had amazing European Championships as well. Probably one of the best they've ever had as a team.
Lombardo's not sure what's going on, but you have to join the rest of them.
Well, there's some great support in here from Georgia.
Levan Georgialiani standing next to Ilya Sulamanidze. There, the Georgian team will line up now and celebrate. Bakashvili, Lipatiliani, Maisaradze, Tomkishvili, Guram Tusishvili. They can celebrate way into the night now, I'm sure. This, for a long time, has been the difficulty for the Georgian team. The fact that they were going to need, at some stage, a woman to come up with the win to take it for them. And on a couple of occasions, they've done that now. I think Lipatiliani has done it. Somkishvili has done it now. And Askilashvili, there's another one who fights 63, but she fights at 70 sometimes. Dark hair, she's got some braces on her teeth now. She's done it as well. She's been the heroine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's absolutely great for Georgian women's judo.
She really went for it. She pulled it out the bag here. You could see her switching firstly to the right, and then the availability of that leg was there. She hooks in for the low Kosoto.
Yeah, it's a Kosoto gaki. There's no sweep in there. She just hooks the leg and pushes back over. So that's the gaki. They'll change into their white judogi. Lasha Shavdatuashvili wasn't able to be part of the team. He'd injured his elbow quite badly earlier on, but he's back now. Mr. Atabegashvili in the middle there. He's going to go down and celebrate with them. David Kevkishvili. Yes. Georgia, European team champions. That was the way things turned out. You're right, Chloe. The women turned up for Georgia. Wins for Chantoria, Lipatiliani. Okay, Somkishvili lost the first time round, but when everything was on the line, Somkishvili came up and came through for them. Just have to have some concerns about Veronica Toniolo. We hope very much that the injury to her knee is not that serious. The teams are lined up and getting ready for the awarding ceremony. That's where we're going to go to next. And here's some highlights. It's been an enjoyable team event. It's been an exceptionally exciting event at times that we've really enjoyed. And we're glad to have the ability to look back at some of the action as well. we had a high quality turnout of athletes. You know, sometimes, especially in the year immediately after the Olympic Games, it's not always easy to get the big stars back out and on good form, but I think these championships have shown that we've got a wealth of stars, and quite a few of them are young and up and coming. Of course, there are always the retirees, people who've decided to call it a day, but we've got quite a few youngsters and top athletes, and they've been here at these championships in Podgorica. I had not been here previously, and I did hear that the last visit was not entirely up to scratch, but they've turned things around and they put on a very, very good show here. An unforgettable event for many, not just the team event, but the individuals over the last few days, and from day one it was on the cards that it would be a little bit special, but the team event threw up quite a number of things, not least of all that initial slip by France. That really caught my eye. The Belgians doing them in the repechage contest as well. I'm not sure what was that. I suppose the original loss was not that surprising, because they did lose to a very strong IJF team, who eventually ended up with the bronze medal. But it was the loss to the Belgians that really did it, and that's going to hurt, isn't it? You know, the French losing to the Belgians. They had a good run. The Belgians eventually ended up losing to Germany, and the IJF team eventually came back and defeated Turkey fairly straightforward. But as we were saying, when it was 3-1 Italy over Georgia, what everyone else apart from Italy wanted was, you know, 2 Georgian wins.
Yeah.
Only the Italians wanted it to end there, but it didn't. There were 2 wins for the Georgians to tie things up, and then eventually they came back and won it with Somkishvili, which, if truth be told, from what little I know about judo, I did not have Somkishvili as the winner there. I favoured, and I think that on paper, Arsia Tavano was the favourite. But hey, you know, Chantaria did her part as well, mauling Stangelin, if you like. Really was. It was rather unattractive finish, but hey, as I always say, it's got nothing to do with that on the sheet. We've got 2 things that we write in there: W or L. That's it. Win or lose. Parlati entertained us as well, winning out over Luca Maisaradze. It was a lovely turn, really. It had the feel of Sasai at the beginning to get him up and moving, and then once he turned, all of the momentum just continued. He hadn't really stopped. You see it there in slow motion. It looked like two actions, but you could really, you know, say it was a wheel. And maybe he had a little bit of a pause at half past, you know, if it was a clock. But then he kept going. Arsia Tavano must have thought that her job was done when she beat Sofia Somkishvili first time up, to give the Italians a 3-1 lead. She must have thought, well, okay,
For my job.
I'll just see how that gold medal is going to fit when it comes round my neck. Or I wonder if they're going to push me forward to pick up the trophy. Well, didn't quite work out that way for her. And all credit to Somkishvili for being able to come back from that loss. It's quite often the case that you get done once and unfortunately you get done again. That was certainly the way that it was in Paris in that gold medal contest between France and Japan. Teddy was unstoppable. I'm not saying that Somkishvili is quite up to the level of Teddy, but it was pretty good.
It's really nice. She's just walked over where all the Georgian fans are and they've all started chanting her name and all gathered round. She put her hands over her face with embarrassment.
Yeah, slightly sheepish and slightly embarrassed at the position she finds herself in now. Well, it won't be long then before we come to the awarding ceremony, and it's quite a lengthy process because unlike just the 4 athletes who receive their medals, we've got 4 teams to get through, so there's a lot of medal presenting, and I like the fact that instead of having one person to present the medal,